the year of our Lord 2025. I don't know if anybody's chopping at the bit for a review of the 2009 Dead Body Man, which isn't a shot on video movie, I don't think. I'm pretty sure it was digital video, so it still counts, I guess, as that type of movie. But I picked this up years ago at a video store that was going out of business. The very aforementioned Action Video, which was in Winchester, Tennessee. They were going belly up. Unfortunately, turned into a tanning salon, I believe. So they was selling all their DVDs, and I picked a bunch of them up for $1 a piece. Over 100 of them at the time. I think there's a video on here of the stuff I got, and a lot of them was these brain damage films, DVDs that I guess were pretty big hits at one point for the DVD horror market. I picked up quite a few of them, and one of the things about this, before we even get to the review portion of it, is I was shocked to learn that this thing's worth a little bit on eBay. I think it goes for like $30. Apparently, there is a market for brain damage film DVDs. You can see there, and it actually played. I watched this the other day, first time I actually watched this disc of this movie, and it plays fine. A few minor scratches on the bottom, but it's okay. I will say before we review this that I had seen it previously because SRS Cinema put out this American Gore Stories, Redneck Psychopaths, and The Last Farmhouse on the Left, which is a very odd title for that, but it was volume 3 of this like shot on video series they did, where the first two sets were like these big box sets. Watch it up here. There was these big box sets here that had every movie individually in their own case. Then when they started doing them later on, they just put everything in one case for whatever reason. This has Dead Body Man 1, Dead Body Man 2. I think I've lost my focus here. Dead Body Man 3, and the Inspiring Psychopaths, all from the same director. And it's 4 movies on 2 discs, but the quality of these, because it's more on one disc, obviously, is less than what you get with Dead Body Man, which now we can actually get to the review of. This is about a guy who obviously is crazy, and he believes to hear the voice of God from his closet telling him to kill people and then sell their body to the basically black market, pretty much. And we follow him along his path as he's in a group of like Psychopaths Anonymous that he talks about killing, or Serial Killers Anonymous, where they actually everybody knows they're killing. And he kind of just does this thing, killing people. The effects at times vary. Sometimes it's okay, sometimes it's pretty bad. But a movie like this, it's going to be that way. Lots of references to A Nightmare on Elm Street, right down to the sweater that this dude wears. Pretty good stills for what it is. Now, if you like shot on video movies, and I like shot on video movies, you might like this. This one is somewhat a coherent plot. If it commits any real crime, it's probably the fact that it does rip off a lot of stuff. Like, it basically, without spoiling anything, it basically tapers off into a basket case ripoff by the end of it. But up to one point, he's just basically meeting people and killing people because he believes God in his closet is telling him to. And of course, eventually we figure out what's going on, and we, deal with that. But obviously, it's not the end for Dead Body Man. As we learned a minute ago, there is 2 other films in the trilogy of this stuff. But this is, it's interesting. Is it a good interesting? I don't know. I watched it one time. It didn't necessarily last long enough to really insult anybody, even though it was like an hour and a half, which is good for normal horror films, but maybe not so much for these cheaper ones. As I believe you could probably do an hour and 10 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes and get the job done just as well. Maybe what they should have done here, because it probably runs a little long trying to go the full extendo on it. But if you like bad stuff like this, it's worth a watch. Other than that, you might want to pass. I give it a 1.5 out of 5. So yeah, it's not, and I like shot on video, but it's not quite up there with me. It wasn't good enough that I wanted to immediately check out the sequel, which I've never seen the sequel. So maybe eventually I will. Maybe it gets better. But for old school DVDs, if you want to feel nostalgic, this is actually a good version to own. We actually have a load of special features because back in the old days, they used to do that. We got the brain damage film trailers, 4th Floor Pictures trailers, commentary track, behind the scenes, public service announcement, laser digital work demo reel, which is basically the effects they have in here. There's a few weird effects that might have been kind of cool for the time, but look very dated now. There's a Dead Body Man short from 1998 and scene selection. So yeah, you know, cost you about 30 bones to pick this up on eBay. But if you're into bad movies, it might be worth checking out. Or if you want a cheaper version, I think you could probably get this, unless this is out of print now, cheaper, and get the other two movies plus easy for me to say, Aspiring Psychopaths, which I've not seen. Maybe I should give this a watch. Same director. But the quality is better on this by itself than it is on the multi-pack. I want to keep that in mind. But yeah, it's not that good, but it's still oddly interesting.